What's the plan then?
We're going to the Winchester.
The pub.
Yeah, boy!
Stone, and I will not eat you! Yet.
Oh. Hey everybody, how are we all doing? Hello, happy day, happy whatever day it is. Hey Spike, how you doing, Spike? And Tobes, hello Tobes. Got a little Macari there. Purples, I hope Purples is going all right. Spiky. Tobes, Mannerings is here. Hello, Mannerings. Shiratos, another Spike. Spike again, Spiky. Whiskey. Sure, I saw a Whiskey. I did see a Whiskey. Hello, Whiskey. Yeah, how's everybody doing? Are we all okay? So I built the other assassin after yesterday's chit chat. I did put a different head on it, and I have cut the sight off the top of the pistol because it was just too chunky, and I hate the skull head on the Eversur, so I put a different one on. That's a robot from Blackstone Fortress. I just primed it just to see if I'd disguise the join well enough, and I have. So that should be a little bit more interesting. It looks quite cool. Oh, Frabjous Day. What's a Frabjous Day? What's a Frabjous Day? Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, how is everybody? Are we all okay? We're going to do some Tomb Kings because I've got some Uuuuushabti which I need to paint. So we're going to get those cranked out. But I also started transferring all of these notes. Wrong one. Transferring all of these notes over to here. So the Inquisitorial Force is up on there. So why is it? As if I do that, fills it up more if I do that. Okay. Well, I quite like it. What should we do? Let's do that. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I started kind of putting all these down, and then we can fill in the units, or fill in the models in the units as we've been kind of like scribbling around. So the demon host, what it's going to have to protect the demon host and things. So we can do that at some point. We'll probably do that a little bit later when more people are on. He says that when he's Frabjous Day. The Mad Hatter says that. Are you excited? Does that mean you're excited, Spiky? So when you dance the Fuderwacken, the good old Fuderwacken, dancing le Fuderwacken, dancing le Fuderwacken. Hello, how are you? I'm a really cool, badass, awesome bone giant. Yeah, so we have all of these to do. So I'm going to get all of these out. Obviously, we need to do the patina. So we'll do the patina, and then we'll paint the red. And we've got to decide on what colour the. Oh, and that's snapped off. So I need to put. I've got. There it is. I've got the other one here, which I need to put on. Yeah, what's everybody up to? How are we all doing? Is everybody having fun? Let me just cut this. Cut this off appropriately so I can glue that bit on. In fact, let's do that, because that's even easier then. And that should straight on there, pretty much. Which it does. Nice.
Probability factor of 1 to 1.
Oh, it's a
We
teeny.
have normality. I repeat, we have normality. Anything you still can't cope with is therefore your own problem.
How are you doing, Teeny? Starting to get very warm again. However, because we're just doing like patina washes and stuff, it should be okay. How's your day going, Teeny? Is Ben behaving himself? Scoffing some freshly baked bread. Oh. Oh. I had some fresh bread today, but not freshly baked. I had some fresh from the shop. There we go. That'll do. Right. Get rid of that broken one. Warm, it's 16. It's incredibly humid here. I don't know what the temperature is here. It's 19 here. But yeah, it feels very, very humid. 82 humidity, higher than yesterday humidity. I do have tut window open. What's your YouTube on model assemble? How the F do you paint the eyes on these eyes? Which model assemble? Humid, sure, but that'll be the rain. Elves. Elves. What elves did I assemble? What elves did I assemble? And the answer for the eyes is just very carefully. Painting eyes is always very carefully. I need to get some music on because we have no purples today to shout at me, or instruct Twitch lady to shout at me if I don't put music on. So I need to put some music on. There we go. Whew. Perfect. How are you doing, Goliath? Are you all good? Is everything going all right? Your end? So that's now gluing on. Perfect. You're good. Excellent. And then there's the base as well. That's the base for the Eversa. So I've made it, incorporated it into the void bases, which should look quite cool. So that looks good. Pew pew pew. So that's good. You have some God hands. Nice one. Make sure you grab another pair as well, because these are brittle, because they're very, very thin. So you only want to use these for finishing cuts. As per my building video. Oh, that building video. Yes. How do you paint the eyes? Yeah, so you paint the eyes just very, very carefully. That's the one. I remember now. Yes. Yeah, no, you just paint them very, very carefully. Very thin brush and very small amount of paint on there, just dot. Okay. So, plan is to do the patina on all of these. I'm glad you watched it, Goliath. I hope it was useful. I just thought, because obviously a lot of people will know everything that I said in there, which is absolutely fine. But for the 4 or 5 people that don't, I thought it might be useful to throw up there. So, got lots of new people coming into the hobby and things. Fantastic. Just move her around to the way. Let's actually just put her over there. So yeah, what's everybody up to? Been trying to paint Thancor and Bone Ripper's head, which has been annoying. How come it's been annoying? What's annoying about it? Teeny Tiny is baking bread. Spiky, what are you up to, dude? Are you painting any Skaven today, Spiky? Tobes, I'm guessing Tobes is working. Yeah, what are you all up to? What are you all up to today? I've had some soup for lunch, which was rather nice. I do enjoy having a little bit of soup for lunch. Trying to paint in this heat and the paint drying too quickly. Yeah, that is a problem. 'Tis a challenge. 'Tis a challenge. Yeah, I've been struggling with it on stream for a bit. Lots more Shatterpoint. Nice. Finish the Clone Troopers, then Ventress. Maybe Anakin. I have the Cauldron of Blood, which was very kindly sent as a birthday present from Tari. So I have a Cauldron of Blood. So I need to print. I might do that tonight. I need to print 2 of the bases, the large chariot bases for my Dark Elves. 1 for the Hydra, which is going to be cool, and then 1 for the Cauldron of Blood. So that'll be good to do. Get those done. I want to get. I'm going to order some plinths soon, so I can do like a little plinth for Makari, because I think he just deserves a plinth. He can just go on a little. Have I got one? I don't know whether I've got one around, but yeah, he can just go on a little round plinth like that. Can just sit there like that on a little round plinth. Would be quite cool. Hello. Well, that'd be quite good. Maybe I can use a Games Workshop paint pot. What does... No, it's a bit too big, isn't it? A bit too tall. Nice idea, though. Ventress is fun. You can play around with a colour a lot on a skirt. You can. You can. Oh, dear. Yeah, I did the turquoise and blue. I think Teeny Tiny did something similar, actually. And then, of course, we have the silken dress. The silken beauty. She's going to be awesome. Looking forward to finishing her off. That's going to be really, really cool. We've got some... What's that? Oh, that's the... that's the... I was going to make a mould for that shield, so I can have a few more of those shields in the army, because it's quite nice. Quite a nice little shield. There it is. There's the 2 heads. The 2 heads for my Inquisitors. That's me. That's me as an Inquisitor. And that's the one of the apprentice Inquisitors. Went with blue shadows, purple top like shot silk. So, right, let's get... have you had any more advancement on your Bretonians, Teeny? Your little Halfling Bretonians, the awesomeness that is. The awesomeness that is Halfling Bretonians. Okay, so we're going to swap. I don't know where the other one has gone, so we're going to swap that over to that. In fact, rather than using a nice brush, I say using a nice brush, we're still going to use a nice brush. But let's use an M series, so we'll use an M series. A little bit stocky, a little bit more bristles to play with. And we can be a bit more brutal with it because it's a bit tougher of a brush. Even the ones on ponies are just 3 pieces. They're pretty simple. Oh!
Start wearing purple.
Does this mean you're going to paint Gaskell? No, I haven't got Gaskell. I've just got Makari. Hey, Squeezel. Yeah, I've just got Makari. I don't really like Gaskell. Don't really like the model. Gaskell was one of the models that came out that I thought he didn't have any kind of orc character to him. It was just I really struggle with explaining the orc thing. He looked like, the way they did him, I thought it just looked like the looters, just weird generic bits of metal. But I do like Makari. Got the Space Wolf Terminators to start. Oh, nice. Bigness. Kind of slowly working through cleaning them up. Oh yes, because you washed them all as well, didn't you? So they're all washed. Yes, just take your time. Take your time. I know I keep asking you because I'm excited to see what everything's going to look like and everything. But yeah, definitely just sit there and take your time. Quite like him. He's big and silly. I don't know whether he's silly. Yeah. Anyway, I wasn't a big fan. I like Makari, so I grabbed Makari off eBay. Just grabbed a Makari off the Bay of E. The Bay of E. Do 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 do. The Bay of E. Do 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 do. Bay of E. I like him. Big gun, big claw, big armor, big orc, big perfect. Do you want me to? Shall I have a look and try to like actively break down what I don't like about him, or are you not that? I don't think anybody's actually that. Like I did with the Redemptor. He's cool. I'm glad you like him. There's plenty of people who like him. I've seen some good painted ones. Doesn't stop you painting him well. He's not my favourite orc though. That's the Beast Boss. The Beast Boss is okay. I think my favourite orc at the moment is like the Pain Boy. Is it the Pain Boy? I think he's awesome. He's got some proper kind of. I think the barrier for entry, well, not the barrier for entry, but the barrier for liking, there we go. So the barrier for liking the orc models is a sense that it's their technology, a sense that it's something that they've made, albeit with other stuff, rather than a generic, like, a generic like block of armor or a generic block of a gun. I don't know. I really like the old Rongan snake bites, but also Badrook. So what's happening with my list of Inquisition? So, my list of Inquisition, we have, I have transferred it all onto this sheet. So I transferred it onto this sheet last night. I didn't put the models in. I was going to list all the models down below so that we could kind of allocate them into units. But that's sort of where we ended up yesterday. So we got four Inquisitors with their retinues. So the space underneath them is obviously for the retinues. We got a Demon Host with its like protection squad. We got a Rogue Trader with hers. We got a Servo Skull unit, just because I really want a Servo Skull unit, or at least lots of Servo Skulls in one particular unit. So maybe that one's led by a Tech Priest or something. Remembrancers, I wanted like a little Remembrance unit with some bodyguards to protect them. Then little random Mechanicum singles like the Thanatar and things, like those robots that look really, really cool. I've got a couple of transports listed down. So the Rhino and the Chimera. I need to pick up a Chimera. I don't have a Chimera. Because the Chimeras I bought I converted into Layman Russes for my Imperial Guard, and then after that it's things like, well, I need the Navy Breaches. I think I'll scatter around. I need 2 units of Arbites, so the Arbites, Arbites are in here. Arbites 2. Oops. Arbites 2 and Arbites 1. So that's those 2 Arbite units. But they obviously need a little bit of something going in there as well, just to make them a little bit unique. Maybe like a sniper or something. Play around with some of the weapons that they get. So they maybe even 3 units of Arbites, because I do have 3 units of Arbites. Yeah, I was going to, because obviously up in there somebody said a Solitaire would be really, really cool and things like that. So I was just going to list down some of the things in there. So I was going to kind of bring it up. I was going to bring it up a little bit later when a few more people are in the chat. Maybe I thought that might be quite fun. But yeah, this is where it kind of lands. What would be quite fun actually is if we add another sheet. Can we add another sheet? Yeah, there we go. If we add another sheet, what would be quite fun would be to do a old style Force Org chart. So the old like 4th, 5th ed Force organisation chart, and then fit all this into it, which would be quite cool. So that'd be quite fun. Hey Rolly, how are you doing? How are you doing, Rolls? Thank you for the raid. You put Beast Boss. Tomb King Tuesday. Yeah, we're painting Tomb Kings today. We were painting the Saturnine stuff. Painting the Saturnine stuff yesterday. Particularly after the ones I posted at the weekend. So that's what they look like finished. The Raven Guard. So we've been painting we were painting Saturnine yesterday, but I really need to get 8 Uuuuushabti done for a list / tournament / event. So I'm just putting the patina on the copper, or the first lot of patina on the copper. Lil Jelly and Nuggalul. You're a Lil Jelly Nuggalul. Synthwave, hey, how you doing? You're sick of painting white. You're getting snow blinded. Okay. Do I ask how you're painting white? Not gonna lie, you fossil. Oh, right. Nuggaloo. I mean, Nuggaloo is funnier. So, Rolly is a Lil Jelly Nuggaloo, which is okay. OTL. OTL? I don't know. I'm not even going to try. Not even going to try. So, oh, hang on. Yeah, we were going to Discord for a second, weren't we? Where's Discord? We were going to Discord for a second to the stream gallery. Oh wow! Yeah, you see the Beast Boss is cool as shit. Beast Boss is cool as shit. I like that. I like that. He is awesome. That's a really nice paint job. Nice one. Nice one. I think I remember seeing this. Nice one, Teeny. I do like that one. He's super fun. Not an acronym. Depressed Stickman. What? Tomb King's when? Tomb King's when what? Tomb King. We're painting Tomb Kings now. He needs flowers in his fur. He needs flowers in his hair. Lots of variety on one model. It's an old meme. Oh, okay. With everybody going, can I have Tomb Kings now? Yeah, okay. Point taken. But yeah, we're painting Tomb Kings now. So I have 8 of these. I've got 8 of these. I've got 21 of the normal Ushabti. Yeah, we're trying to get them all painted up. Yeah, how was your stream? You were painting white? You were just painting white a lot? What were you painting white for? Oh, for your Dark Angels. Are you doing... still need to finish my Stampede box. Were you doing white Dark Angels or ivory Dark Angels? I can't remember now. I kind of like painting white. But then I am strange. Right, let's do this one. Just for some more Tomb King action. There's some more Tomb King action for you. There's a Karl Kopinski Bone Giant for you all. Just commissions for the last 2 weeks. Oh, you're doing the white Necrons. Doing the white Necrons? What are the Servo Skulls going to represent on the tabletop for your Inquisition force? Servo Skulls. They're going to represent Servo Skulls, Alfred. So the Inquisition force is not going to be even remotely Codex compliant. It's not going to be a legal army at all. I'm not worrying about trying to make it a legal army. Down the line, if I go, well, maybe this unit can represent X, Y, Z, or something, then so be it. But I have an image and an idea in my head based off the old Demon Hunters Codex that I was trying to do for an Inquisitional force. Basically a boarding party. I was starting a boarding party for boarding actions. And then they brought out the Codex. I was like, oh, that's going to be really, really cool. And it was completely characterless. A complete lack of character. Just nothing in there. It was like, oh, you can have like 8 units of Arbites if you want. So I was tidying up, just to kind of give everybody a bit of a background quickly. I was tidying up all my armies yesterday off my shelves, and I emptied, or rather I put my Inquisition stuff into a box. I was like, these are really cool. They're really cool. There's some really good ideas in here. So yesterday on stream, we just went through and basically sort of made a bit of an Inquisitional force. And the idea is, if you can excite me, and add something to the army, like what it would fit. Like for instance, the Demon Host unit. The Demon Host unit. Twitch chat came up with. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, the notepad's over there. Twitch chat came up with like a protection squad for it. So it would need like 2 Sisters of Silence, a Psyker, like a captain, a couple of grunts in there, and things like that. And then the unit that escorts the Demon Host and stops it from escaping and controls it and things. So that would be a really cool unit in an Inquisitional force. That kind of thing. So if you can make your make your case for a cool unit, then I will try and squeeze it in, and then we've got to go and find models for everything. But I've got an awful lot of models for it already. Check my Discord DMs. I shall do. I love the pattern and sheen on the copper armor. Thank you very much. I will get. Oh, I got the bone giant out, didn't I? That's what the armor ends up looking like. So this is based on. This colour scheme is like an evolution of the colour scheme that I did in the very first Tomb King army book. So my army, or my units at least, were in the Tomb King army book back in 2001. And when the Tomb Kings came back out again, which is why I love Tomb Kings, they're just my army, they're amazing. So when the Tomb Kings came back out again, I was umming and ahhing about what colour scheme to do, whether to do a completely different colour scheme, totally new colour scheme, whether to do the same colour scheme I did back in the early 2000s, whether to evolve the colour scheme and do like an improved one, and ultimately I used it as inspiration and sort of evolved it with modern methods and my painting skill and stuff like that. So that's what it is now, which is really cool. I'm really happy with it, and I think it looks fantastic, and it's arguably quite quick to do. And then you end up with cool things like this. Shabti with a cool big banner. Isn't a demon host by default bound to the summoner unless it breaks its chains, in which case you don't have a host in your army because the summoner is dead? Well, if it breaks its chains, then that's what the protection unit is for. Maybe. I don't know. Like, you could just put a demon host in the army, but that's like Tolkien when he was asked why don't they just ride the eagles? Well, that wouldn't be a very good story. Well, the demon host doesn't need a protection. It doesn't sound like a very good army. So, sort of creating a bit of lore to justify putting a cool demon host unit in the army. So, yeah, whiskey. I think the servo skills could be gun servitors to help protect the Inquisitor. That would be really cool. Yeah. And so the thing with the servo skulls, I love the servo skulls, and I think they look really cool. I've done a few of them already. Just like converted them to have like melter guns and floating around with melter guns and things. I could scatter them around all the units and just have like 3 or 4 servo skulls in each unit. But equally, I kind of want like a badass tech marine controlling a massive unit of servo skulls, all with massive guns or something. I thought that would be quite fun. Fair point. How about a penitent use it, like with an explosive on them, totally not stealing ideas from a penitent unit would be really cool. So there is. That would be really cool, actually, wouldn't it? So I haven't thought about that. That's a really good idea. It's a really good idea, Synthwave. So I could use like the Repentia and stuff. I could have a unit of Repentia. That would work really well, wouldn't it? You could have a unit of Repentia in the Inquisition, because the idea is like shit's gone down. The planet is fucking like light years away from anything, and the Inquisition have asked the Lord Inquisitor to kind of go in and try and either just clear it out or whatever. Sort of just before. Could do some streamers or people as characters. I mean, I'm the Lord Inquisitor, so could definitely do that. So it's basically like the secret force that has been sent out to try to keep everything under wraps before they have to like oh shit and call in all the Adeptus Astartes to just bomb it, sort of thing. You could be an Ogrin or the Servitor. You could be an Ogrin. Actually, yeah, we need some Ogrins. We definitely need some Ogrins in
We can
here.
always build more kill bots.
Do we need a Trevor? That's a question. Yeah, target. You can come up with all sorts of different scenarios left and right, but Tolkien's answer was literally there are reasons why. However, the easy one is it wouldn't make a very good story now, would it? Yeah, we need to get some Ogrins in here. So maybe an Ogrin. Oh, an Ogrin with the servo skulls. That would be so funny. A massive Ogrin. A massive Ogrin. And loads of little servo skulls running around its feet. And then a Tech Marine. That would be quite funny. Not enough doggos. The doggos are going to go in like the apprentice. And then we're going to obviously have 2 doggos in the Arbites. We're going to be... I'm going to use... Going to use that one because it's cool, because they're cool. So those ones will definitely go in, and then in this demon host unit we need a psyker. So we need a psyker in here, and that psyker is going to be this psyker. So we're going to use that psyker in that unit because that's just awesome. That's the psyker that is going to protect the. That's the psyker that's going to protect the demon host in there. Space Halfling. Another picture character that sacks expendable units to empower their abilities, like a psyker that pulls the energy out of all psykers. A character that sacks for requisition of supplies. A Space Halfling. Now, no spoilers. Oh, it's a psyker. That's why the hands look like they drop ketchup. Drop ketchup? Where's the dropping ketchup bit? The Rattling Doggo is the best boy in the galaxy. The Rattling I'm not... yeah, maybe... I might consider putting Rattlings in. One Rattling. I might allow one Rattling in one unit if you can come up with a really good justification other than the Lord Inquisitor likes pies. They're like, oops, I just had it in my hand. Oh, right. Oops. Oh no, shit, where's he gone? Okay, I get you. The Lord Inquisitor likes sausages. Oh dear. Zunk, hey, how are you doing, dude? How are you doing? We are painting, we're just getting distracted by the Inquisition. Because nobody expects the Inquisition. How are you, fella? How are you? Yeah, so that's what the copper and everything ends up looking like on the Uuuuushabti. So they just end up looking awesome. I like them anyway. So, right. The Lord Inquisitor likes sausages. For God's sake! For God's sake, Sinister. So yeah. Anyway, so we've obviously got all the assassins as well. I've got 5 assassins in there. There's a couple of Mechanicum stuff, like a kind of like a Thanatar siege automata. I mean, the Inquisition is the perfect excuse to build the most eclectic mix of Imperial forces. Exactly. So they're all going to be like tied together with a little bit of color scheme underlying, but mostly like just loads of character across the whole thing. So this is just to kind of explain. This is me as an Inquisitor. So this is the Inquisitor conversion that I did. So it's a massive Thunderhammer with a wooden handle, the most 40k thing in the world, and then some non-metallic armor which I've not quite finished yet, and then that's the head that's going on it, which is literally me. It's a pretty accurate kind of facial representation of me and my spiky hair. So that's the Inquisitor. Whether that's going to be the Lord Inquisitor, I don't know, because I think he is. And then within the army as well, I kind of want to convert a Kotiaz, put Greyfax in there, put Eisenhorn in there and stuff like that, so they can just kind of like be seconded in the force or something. But he's going to be the Lord Inquisitor, so he's going to have like a Solitaire within his unit, like maybe an Ogrin in his unit and things like that. So that'll be quite fun. Yeah. The sausages also explain the ketchup. Oh dear. So the Psyker dropped the ketchup. The Psyker dropped. Dear. The Psyker dropped the ketchup while he was eating the sausages that the Rattling in the Lord Inquisitor's unit were cooking. all a nightmare. We got this Inquisition Forces theme nailed. But yeah, it's going to be quite a dark color scheme, I think, because that's going to be quite quick and not like quick and easy, but like it's going to be achievable. That's the word. It's going to be a nice kind of achievable color scheme. Going to be using either oil washers or contrast washers across everything to tie it all together. But yeah, it's the most interesting thing in 40k at the moment, and arguably it isn't in 40k. So Jacaro, I would love to have a Jacaro, but they're only fine cast, and I'm not entirely sure if the model kind of looks okay. So we're going to have to try and convert one if we are. That's going to be a weird thing to try and convert. But yeah, they would be really, really cool. In the Mechanicum guy, or just in with the Mechanicum... Wait, what's... the Jacaro in with the Mechanicum guy. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I do want to have some Crusaders in there. Like, the Rogue Trader unit is going to be really, really good fun. We can kind of play around with the Rogue Trader unit a lot. The Navy Breaches and things in there. I feel like you could find one cuts from I don't want to expand too far into just using 3D prints and stuff. Like I'd like to try and keep it Games Workshop if possible. Mainly so that I can then send the photos into Warcom. And see if they would be interested in featuring the army or something. Like all the Saturnine stuff that I've done recently and things. So the Demon Host is probably the only one that I'll sort of entertain using a 3D print, because there's a really nice 3D print of Cherubale from Artel. However, I do already have a Demon Host, so I'm going to convert that guy up, stick him on a larger base. Let me show you the Demon Host. So that's the Demon Host model I've got. So I'm going to add some more like parchment and trailings around him, have him, stick him on a 40mm base, have him like a little bit of a centerpiece for the unit that's going to protect him, so he can be protected, which would be quite fun. I would kind of like him if he was like a tiny bit bigger, which is why I was sort of hoping that I could get a 3D print of Cherubale and just scale him up a little bit. But the Artel Cherubale is rather nice, so I would do. The idea would be I'll have both the models, and then if Games Workshop, if I send in a pictures of games for Games Workshop, I'll use that one, and then if I use it in a if I put models anywhere else, then I'll just have like the Artel one there as well. You remember that dude? Oh, I've got lots of old models in here. Like I got this guy as well. So he's really. I really want to. I was thinking this last night. I might give him a big staff. Because I'm not a big fan of the shape of that sword, so I was going to cut off the blade and make it into a scimitar. I think the curved sword would look better, but then also last night I was thinking, well, I could cut off both ends and just give him a staff. I think the staff would look quite cool. So he's one of the Inquisitors, and then I need to come up with an Interrogator Inquisitor, and then we've got there's the Death Cult Assassin, which I've converted up, given her a little bit of a hood, which is rather nice. So she looks cool. And then there's that Inquisitor, which I painted for the Warcom article, with that guy. Hey, Avian, how you doing? And Stray, how you doing? Cherubale is Eisenhorn. Yeah, Cherubale is Eisenhorn. So yeah, this is not really an Inquisitor, but this like Imperial record keeper or something. I did that for that like little diorama that I did for Warcom, so I've snapped him off his base so he can be part of the Inquisitional force. There's the other Inquisitor which I converted up. That's from the Cursed City. That's from the Cursed City set. She's rather nice. And then obviously all the rogue traders and things. Monster Hunter and Monster Huntress. Oh! Did you see they have Sci-Fi Geralt and Ciri? No, I didn't actually. They've got Geralt and Ciri. Dark Eldar help. Oh, Captain Mannerings, I like that. Oh, Mannerings. Because I was wondering how to get Dark Eldar into this. That's a really good idea. Now, would it be a one of those dudes? Would it be one of these dudes? I love Dark Eldar. I love Dark Eldar. So would it be one of those dudes? Because then we've got the Solitaire, and the Lord Inquisitor's unit, so we can have one of those. We can have one of those in the Interrogator. I don't quite know how to convert the Interrogator. I've got to come up with a plan for doing him. Or maybe I use the new Warhammer Plus model and give him like a skull mask, a bit more of a skull head. I could use the Eversa head, which I haven't used, and just drill out the eye holes. That might be quite good fun. I know Drakari warriors are tough, but if it's just a fighter, I don't think an Inquisitor would bother keeping them around. Homunculi, though. Yeah, either a Homunculi or like either a Homunculi that's been kicked out or a oh, what's the troop type in the Homunculus Covens? I've got an absolute brain mental stop. Yeah, lost their coven. Homunculus would be good, but I think it might be a bit extreme. It could work. Yeah, I think rack. There we go. Maybe it's a rack, because racks, Homunculus have like rack workers, don't they? So they have racks working for them. So maybe it's like the head rack. Maybe it's the Homunculus's like right hand man that has been disgraced and kicked out or something for something. Homunculi would be the type that would weasel their way into a radical Inquisitor warband. I tell you what, I'm putting that down. I'm putting that in. That's a really cool idea. Interrogator Inquisitor. That's a really cool idea. I like that idea. Love those models. Drakari would also be the companion. Oh! It is true. Yeah, that's true. I kind of want Alarmian in there now as well. Let's just get all the Drakari and put all the Drakari in there. Right, so that's another one. And let's do this one. Incubi do take on mercenary. Incubi do as well, yeah. Moors in the Path of the Dark Eldar did mercenary work. So he did mercenary work and worked with a. It wasn't a Death Jester. It was just a Harlequin. Oh, Death Jester. No, I can't just take all the cool Can't just take all the cool Eldar stuff and try and justify having it in the Inquisition Force. But yeah, Death Jester. Harleys work with everybody. They do. Yeah, that's why we've got the Solitaire. We've got the Solitaire in there. Although I might kind of try and convert it into a mime or something, and have it a bit more of a unique aspect. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. What? Put all the cool Eldari stuff in the army. Just justify it by saying, well, they work with everybody. Now, there's some really nice like Necromunda models and things that I would rather put in. Like, I have a Drakari army, I have a Eldar army. That's fine. Dropping in a Solitaire and a Homunculus is cool. Put in all the things. The army and rack, incubi, and a Homunculus walk into a bar. The Inquisitor says. So a snail walks into a bar and he goes, "Hey, can I have a pint of Foster's, please?" The barman says, "No, I'm sorry, we don't serve snails." He said, "Oh no, come on, just sort me out, Give me a pint of Foster's. I'm really thirsty. I'd love a pint of Foster's." He said, "No, I'm really sorry, but we can't serve snails. I'm not allowed to serve snails." The snail was persistent. He was like, "No, come on, no, really now. Like, it's taken me a long time to get here. It's like I just want a Foster's." The keeps going on and on and on, and the barkeep eventually gets utterly tired, utterly fed up of this snail. And he goes, "Look, no, I'm not allowed to serve snails in the bar." And he picks up the snail and he throws it out the door. So a year later, the snail comes back in, and he goes, "What did you do that for?" That's brilliant. I love it. I love it. I thought that was brilliant when I heard that the other day. What do you do that for? What if the Lord Inquisitor is a meat puppet for the punk? Oh my god, Avian, you've just dropped an absolute cracker there. What if it's all part of the Archon's plan and the Archon has sent the Homunculus in the guise that he's disgraced? Holy shit, that's cool. How on earth would that transpire out in the Inquisitional Force? I think that's just another reason that the Homunculus is there. That's really cool. I like that. Also, everybody don't leave. That was really funny. You all laughed. Because a meat puppet might laugh at the last joke. You all laughed. You know you did. If you can get a weird animal, then Snuffles look pretty good. If I can get a weird animal, we've got the bones of a good 40k story here. Sausages and homunculi. Oh my god, that go get me. Tobes! That joke was brilliant. It was perfectly delivered. It was excellent. And everybody laughed. And I will not hear another word said about how bad it was. Because it wasn't. It was brilliant. Like a pet for one of them. I mean, we've got dogs all over the place, haven't we? We've got loads of dogs. We do need to have Yvraine's cat. Delivery was good, but it was bad. I thought it was such a good joke. Did you read Watchers of the Throne? I didn't read Watchers of the Throne. No, what's that?
As a demonstration of our power.
Joke is so flat the battery died. I hate you all. It was brilliant and you know it. OTL.
Moron.
I think I have one. Inventory.
That's it, but in fairness, my humour is dog shit. You might like it. It's a book about a conspiracy to save the Emperor. Oh, that sounds cool. I got the impression that people would have appreciated the joke if Foster's had been replaced with something else, maybe a stout. What? Oh, go on then. The funny bit was you giggling. What drink should I put in? If I because I'm going to tell a joke again because it's really funny. What drink should I put in that would be more funny? What shouldn't a snail be ordering? I've been to the Foster's Brewery. Was it good? Or is this another joke, Sinister? Can we get a Necron in there? I was trying to think if we could. I don't think we can. Like, somebody said put Trazin in there, but like, why the hell would a Trazin... Well, I... Cool place, decent beer. It was alright. Can we get a Necron? The authentic Australian beer that no Trazin would also have a Lord Inquisitor meat puppet. Maybe there's a subplot within the Inquisitional Force, which is Trazin has a meat puppet Inquisitor, but the Homunculus also has a meat puppet Inquisitor. And they're either the same Inquisitor or they're different Inquisitors. Like, one's the Lord, one's the... No, because it wouldn't be the Lord. It would be an interrogator and an apprentice. And they're trying to get the Lord Inquisitor. Or it's the same Inquisitor and they just don't know it yet. And they're both trying to meet puppet the same Inquisitor. There's one in Manchester. Went to a UK brewery, never going to set forth in a death world that is Australia. Infinite and Divine shows how Trazin would deal with humanity. Infinite and Divine, so good. Yeah, that's true. So you're saying the Inquisitor is a timeshare? Okay, but I can give you 30 minutes now if you let me have an hour with him later. No, I kind of want it to be like Spider-Man to Avengers. So like local friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, like the local law enforcement, just a level above the local law enforcement. So not too much kind of going on. Right, so that's those. So yeah, anyway. Street level Spider-Man is best Spider-Man, 100%. Trazin is such a troll. Trazin's amazing. So you're saying the Inquisitor is a timeshare. So I think I've got all the Inquisitors. I need to convert the Interrogator. I need to convert the Interrogator. I've got two apprentices. I've got the Lord. I need to convert an Interrogator, probably out of that new Warhammer Plus model. I've got the Demon Host. I've got all the Rogue Traders. I've got loads of Servo Skulls. I've got some Remembrancer models that I can kind of use as a Remembrancer unit. I've got some Mechanicum stuff. I've got 30 Arbites. I've got 30 Arbites. I've got 10 Navy Breaches. I've got multiples of whatever I can't think what they're called. The Imperial Navy models in the Rogue Trader unit. I've got 3 sets of those. I've got some Crusaders. I don't have a Rhino and I don't have a Chimera, so I need the 2 transports. Somebody said about having like Penitent, so I could have like a Penitent engine and some Penitent engines and some Repentia would be quite cool. I do kind of want to drop in a unit of Sisters, but like a real mixed force of Sisters, almost like an SAS unit, like one multi-melter, one like a kill team kind of thing. So one multi-melter, one Seraphim and things like that. Homunculus, the Gene Stealer Patriarch wants in on the timeshare. We'll have to think about it, but he has to watch the entire timeshare video. The Gene Stealer Patriarch wants in on the timeshare. I might add 1 Gene Stealer cult head, like I've done in my Imperial Guard. So my Imperial Guard, I've got 60 Imperial Guardsmen or Guards people. I've got 60 Imperial Guardsmen in the army, all kind of built and converted and based up, and one of them has a Gene Stealer cult head, which looks really cool. So that's one in there. It's just a neophyte. It's just one of the basic neophyte heads, which kind of blends in. So that's quite fun. So I might do that. I might be convinced to do that. That would be quite cool. We need to finish the flaming screaming skulls, by the way. There's the screaming skulls. Whoa. Need to finish those off. Is that the 40k version of Where's Waldo? Where's Waldo? Mousetrain, an experiment of one off this rabble. A Mousetrain Gene Stealer. Where's Wally? What, in terms of the Gene Stealer, the Gene Stealer cultist in the Imperial Guard? Yeah, kind of. There's also a Necron head in my Tomb King army. There's 1 Tomb King skeleton that's got a Necron head, which is also quite fun. Just 1. Where's the Gene Stealer? Stop the Gene Stealer, just stop the Gene Stealer, stop the Gene Stealer, stop the Gene Stealer. God, I hope that Amazon series, the 40k Amazon series, I hope it's like a really low level Eisenhorn type story. Because you're gonna lose so many people if it's a Space Marine. Live action Space Marine you can't do. Too much, there's too much CGI. Just do Eisenhorn. No CGI needed for that. It needs to be like Mandalorian. Actually, yeah. That Amazon series just needs to be like the Mandalorian. Eisenhorn. Perfect. All gaunt. Yeah, all gaunt. Eisenhorn all gaunt. Just like the whole first season can just be one Hormigant terrorizing a town or something, and the Inquisitor / Gaunt / whatever you want to call the thing, deal with it, and then the last post-credit scene of the season is the feet of an Astartes landing planet side. bang. Just the camera plans down to the floor, and you get the feet of an Astartes land. Done. Season 1 finished. Holy shit! Break the internet. Finished. Sorted. The foam orc heads. I'll stretch to foam orc heads. First Astartes in the series needs to be earned. I hope they do. I hope they do earn it. I hope it's not. Oh look, there's a Space Marine. Because yes, the Space Marine is the poster boy of Games Workshop IP, but fucking make us work for it. Make us work for that poster boy. Because as soon as you put the Space Marine in, you can't go back. If you open with a Space Marine. Rogue Trooper movie done, and Henry Cavill on the Amazon can't make a few episodes of 40k. Yeah, it'd be awesome, wouldn't it? It'd be absolutely awesome. It's cool that in our lifetime we're going to have like a 40k TV series. That's exciting in of itself. I want to spell it mini animation like they do Love Death Robots, where the characters are like half a mile away from the camera, shows a drop pod falling into the planet, and then everyone loses their shit trying to escape the world. Oh my god! A time lapse of everybody going ah! Have seen regular humans really struggling against something. Yeah, exactly. That's how you get in, right? That's how you get into the 40k universe. You have Eisenhorn, regular humans, like a Gene Stealer or a like I just really like Hormigans. I think Hormigans are great. So like a Hormigan just like absolutely terrorizing a town, a village, a city block or whatever. And like half the because you can almost do it like what's that? I mean, obviously don't do it like this, but the found footage horror film that came out years ago with the monster, kind of like that. And then the second half of the series is the Inquisitor being called in and to deal with it, or the Imperial Guard being called in to deal with it, and then dealing with it, and then like it's taken them all series to deal with this one Hormigant, and then like the final half hour or something, they see in the distance like 6 more or something like that, and then just the Astartes feet land, bump, credits. Who was the actors who did Rimmer? Someone like him as Caiaphas Cain, Chris Barry. I still want Mark Strong as Eisenhorn. That's my pitch for Eisenhorn. Eisenhorn is just Mark Strong. Done. Rimmer was the butler in the very first Tomb Raider movie as well. Right, I'm going to go make a cup of tea. And then when I get back, you can all think about trying to pitch me some characters to go in all of these. This is the most interesting one for me. This interrogator. I kind of want to know what needs to go in there. So we've got the homunculus is a genius idea in that unit. I love that. That's really, really cool. And then in here, like, you need a Sister of Silence in this to kind of protect them and make sure they're not going to kind of go away and stuff. But this unit, the Interrogator Inquisitor, I'm really curious how we expand that out. Or ones that could be from a Traitor Legion. Oh, yes. Yeah, have a think about how we're going to make this unit cool. Right. I'll be back in a second, everybody. Won't be long. Alright. Hey, Skillside, how you doing? Okay. We're back. I'm going to get another one up. Get the Inquisitor out of the way so he doesn't get any turquoise patina on him. We don't want turquoise patina on him. I'm going to keep it on the Ushabti. Buddy cop movie, Homunculus and a Sister of Silence. Oh, dude! Buddy cop movie, a Homunculus and a Sister of Silence. A buddy cop movie. Does the Sister of Silence go... Oh, I've got so many... Like, I need Sisters of Silence in the army, but they need to be, like, advanced ones with the little turny-offy null zone thing. The wrist. That, is it Beckwin? Not Beckwin. Who's the Sister of Silence in, Guess who's back again. Hey, Sinister, welcome back. Yeah, anybody got any ideas for the interrogator? Gotta have some crackers. She has no soul, he has no soul, running on empty, together they are. Bum bum bum! I like it. When Harry met Sally. The homunculus Harry. And the Sister of Silent Sally. I mean, the Punga has to be the quippy one. Oh my god, you could do see no evil, speak no evil. With a Sister of Silence and a homunculus. A homunculus that's removed its eyes. And a Sister of Silence that can't speak. Okay, Penn and Teller. Oh, yes. I mean, it feels like they've already got that nailed, so probably use them as inspiration and cast somebody else, but yeah. Definitely reference them. Has anybody got any ideas for the interrogator? Has the interrogator Inquisitor got a rank name, or is he just called? Are they just known as interrogator? Are they just known as interrogators within the Inquisitor ranks? Because interrogator Inquisitor sounds a bit like it doesn't like roll off the tongue very well. Are they just interrogators? An inquisitorial I don't know. Homunculus, where are we going? We do not need homunculus, where we're going, we do not need eyes. Teller in a wig. Teller in a wig. Penn just like stupidly tall. done. So I've only got one left then, because oh no, I've got two left. I've got two left. I thought I had. Oh no, because that one's not. That one's a standard bearer. So. So we need a Psyker and a Remembrancer. We need a Psyker in here. We need a Psyker. A Remembrancer. And a Astartes of some sort. So like the retired Emperor's Champion idea. Both of these need a Sister of Silence, don't they? To help protect them. The Rogue Trader needs a dog. The Demon Host has 2 Sisters of Silence. A Psyker. What was the other thing in the Demon Host? Oh, a Calexis. Just an Imperial agent with some kind of weird Calexis technology. Isn't the retired Emperor's Champion just a corpse? Yeah, somebody said like an ex-Emperor's Champion or something. So that model there. That model there, I've got Garrow. I've got the Garrow from Horus Heresy model, which is lovely. So that is going to be that model, and then probably either, I don't know where the, so where is it? Other games, that needs to be on the top really. Is it a hired gun? I think he's a hired gun. See, there's so many models in here that we're going to be able to use. It's going to be awesome. There. So that dude, definitely not the, I'll give him a different head. Maybe I'll give him a different head, actually. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave him. So that dude can be, I don't know whether, I suppose actually he goes in there, doesn't he? Interrogator, Inquisitor. He looks like an Interrogator, Inquisitor, Astartes dude. Totally not a Blood Angel, yeah. No Baxoom music, everybody play lo-fi. Is there no Baxoom music? Yeah, there is. It's playing Eve. It's playing the Eve stuff. Target. So he probably goes in there, right? So what else is going to go in these units as protection for the Apprentice Inquisitors? The Servo Skulls need an Ogryn. They need an Ogryn, because that's funny. Whoops. They need an Ogryn. The dog, Rogue Trader needs a dog. Mechanicum Singles, that needs to be a Thanatar, because I just want a Thanatar. Where are your Delat models in this army? So the Whisperer, I don't know, what's the Whisperer going to represent? Oh my god, we got that guy. We got this guy. Where's he going to go? Oh, that's the Ogryn. That's the Ogryn, right? Maybe, maybe not. Because I've got him. Not sure we quite fit any in yet. Yeah, we got, somebody said the Whisperer. Oh, there's even more servo. Oh, maybe. Why is that so huge? So there's more servo skulls. This guy. The Whisperer dude. The Wraithbone Phoenix, I have not, no. Is that good? Is that a good, cracking little excerpt of 40k brilliance? Totally not a Blood Angel. Yeah, the Totally Not a Blood Angel, I think, feels like he's going to go in the Inquisitorial Interrogator unit. That was a nice one. What, the Wraithbone Phoenix one? Mice and Men in 40k it was. Oh! Of Mice and Men. Just love smart Ogrins. And some Dark Eldar in it, as you may have guessed from the title. It has a Baggett, a Ratling, a Clode and Ogrin. Yeah, I don't know what Ratling to use. Because I might have to kind of like, okay, we'll put a Ratling in. Is there a cool Ratling in the Kill Team box that I could use? There are 10 cool Ratlings in the Kill Team box. Oh, really? You're only allowed to pick one. Pick one cool Ratling. That's all you're allowed. Okay, this is drying so fast. Look how wet I'm putting this on, and look how quickly it's drying. This is insane. Having chicken Caesar salad tonight. Having something nice and light. Which would be quite nice. I assume no Votan or Tau. No, there is no Votan or Tau in the Inquisitorial army. By the virtue of the Inquisitorial army is everything that's cool. All the cool models go in the Inquisitorial army. And the Votan and the Tau don't have any cool models. How about a squat from Necromunda? I knew that was coming next. The squat from Necromunda. Make your case for what unit he fits in. Because I'm not just going to say no. Like, try and sell me on why he's going to be in one of the units. That's basically like what the whole thing is, right? Like, somebody sold me on a homunculus earlier. It's like, that's a genius idea. The homunculus 100% goes in the Inquisitorial Interrogator unit. Why would a squat? Why would that Necromunda squat? Why would a squat go in one of the Inquisitorial units? And don't say because they're trying to save a Votan planet, therefore he's acting as guidance, because that's dull. No silly Adeptus Mechanicus in the Inquisition. You need an engineer. I need an engineer, and there's no Adeptus Mechanicus in the... Are there no Adeptus Mechanicus in the Inquisition? That sucks. Is that true? If that's true, then I'm screwed, because I've got, like, Mechanicum stuff. They're going to all have to be, like, kicked out Mechanicum people. They are, but they are silly. Okay. It's silly like Target, who's had the stream pause for the last, like, half hour. Hee. Do you want some guy who will put sacred unguents on the machine, mumble prayers, and swing incense before hitting the on button? Or someone who will just hit the on button? Look, how was I to know you weren't going to take one of your typical 1 hour tea breaks? See, I kind of want that Warsmith as well. Like the Iron Warriors Warsmith is just such a cool model. I kind of want to find an excuse to get it in the army as like a tech marine or tech priest or something. Because it's such a cool model, and having that massive model look after loads and loads of like little servo skulls is quite funny. A black shield? Just one black shield? The iron wire thingy. Oh, have him as a black shield. He's so cool. Such a cool model. So that's the Eversor Assassin head. I just want to drill the eye sockets out, so maybe that will be, maybe that works as the interrogator Inquisitor. Yeah, he's really cool. Right, so last one. The last Uuuuushabti. The last Uuuuushabti needs his patina. Purpley Spark is very kindly sending me some more bases, so I can get more of the army based up. And then we will do. I will do. So the idea is to do a shadow color, like the same shadow color on everything, which will probably be blue. Don't at me. And then I'll work out some different kind of color ideas and things. Her Lucius is coming next week. That's when Games Workshop gets some stock out to all the gaming stores. How goes timetable for your Zons? They have been I mean, yeah, it's all fine. They've been highlighted and the skin started, so the skin is all looking good. And then I've got to, because we're going blue, aren't we? Then I've got to start putting the blue on. There we go. So we can get some highlights and shadows on the blue as well. About Lady Malice. Lady Malice is a lovely character. She's a really cool character. She's a Drakari character from back in the day. In one, I think it was the 5th edition book. Was it the 5th edition book she first made her appearance? Really cool. I might try and convert one because she's awesome. Always liked Lady Malice. Always liked Lady Malice. You're going to petition to be the painter for her official release, official reveal. What official reveal? What, of Lady Malice? She's already been revealed. She was shown. She was created. She was in the 5th edition book. I think it was the 5th edition codex. She was like, that's where the origin of her came from. So she was revealed like years ago as a character. She hasn't got. I don't think she ever got a model, so she hasn't got a model. You'll have to convert a model for Lady Malice. You have a Lady Malice somewhere. Was there? Did somebody do a sculpt for her? There might be a company that did a sculpt years ago. I don't think I've got a Lady Malice. Oh, nice, Sinister. Yeah, that's cool. I can see that. Yeah, there you go, Shirato. If you get the old Isabella model, you can get them on eBay. You can get Isabella on eBay. It's very expensive though. She was about £90 last time I found one. But you can convert her out of Isabella. It was more of a Duke Sliscus. Duke Sliscus was cool as shit. Wow, there we go. So we've got all of those done. Okay. So, it was the only special character at the time that birthed the whole army rather than just being a powerhouse. Good old Duke. It is my mum's birthday tomorrow, so I will not be streaming tomorrow. Because we're taking out for dinner. So we're taking my mum out for dinner. So no stream tomorrow. No stream tomorrow, which also gives everybody a day to come up with some more ideas for the Inquisitor stuff, which should be cool. I will. I think I've got a handful of bases left over there, so I'll get that box out and get those bases out and put some more models on the bases. See what that starts to look like. I might try and sculpt some more ribbons and parchment coming off this guy so that he can go on a 40mm base, because I need to get a 40mm base for him. So I think a 40mm base for him would be about right. I think he'd look quite cool in the middle of that. A bit of a centerpiece for the unit he's in. So I think that'd be quite cool. So he can go on that. So yeah. Right. Oh my god. My best friend's on! My best friend is on Twitch. So we're raiding my best friend. Everybody gets to say hello to Kilky. Kilky is the coolest person to listen to her internal monologue as she's playing scary games. So, how have you only just noticed? Because I've been streaming. So, yeah, everybody go and say hello to Kilky. Be awesome. And, yeah, enjoy. I will see you all on Thursday.